Hey y'all, Jamie here, proud 55-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off, well, I was together with my old flame Bob Jackson. We were a couple, and his wife was estranged. She had run off with a guy named Aaron. Bob was criminal partners with a guy named Robert, who was cheating on his wife, Shane Kelly, with the house guest Sonia, the girl from Honduras. Now, are we all caught up? So, Bob and Robert had gone out to make money. They told Bob told me, don't worry about it. He was going to make money for the car that I needed, right? So they came back. They came back with $10,000 to $15,000. And they had robbed a little old lady who had saved this money up, y'all, for her roof. It was her life savings, and she needed a new roof on her little house that she had uptown New Orleans. And they went over there. It was a cashier's check. They immediately cashed it, of course. And yeah, it was made out to cash. And that's how they got the money. And I was furious with Bob. Listen, I am not. The only time I ever believed in robbing guys in my situations was if they were complete and utter assholes to me first and like treated me like a whore, treated me like a quote unquote whore and treated me like a piece of just meat to handle any kind of way they wanted to. Those, sometimes I let my fingers do the walking, okay? But not little old ladies that needed a roof for their house. Come on. And I told Bob that. Am I proud of this? No, but I still let him spend the money on the car for me. I wasn't turning down a car, honey. So I got the other car. It paid off. We had gotten it the day before, but I got it paid off. The dealership got their $500. And around this time, the Pepsi Cola Super Fair. That was a big deal in New Orleans, y'all. It might still be. It's called the Pepsi Cola Super Fair. It comes to New Orleans every year and it goes to the Superdome. The eighth wonder of the world. Is it the eighth wonder? I don't know. It might not be anymore. I don't know. It's one of the wonders of the world. Anyway, the Superdome housed the Pepsi Cola Super Fair. And me and Bob went with Billy and Puerto Rican Tracy. And we decided to go run around the fair. And I was so excited because I'm telling y'all, Mickey was a good looking guy, don't get me wrong. But Bob Jackson, honey, he had the body of death, like the abs and the chest and the oof, oof. And when I walked into, it was summertime, and he had on a tank top, like one of them little thin strap tank tops that muscle guys wear, and his like Z Cavaricci jeans back then. Anyway, y'all might know what that is. Anyway, so we're walking around the fair, and all of these girls are just staring and staring, and they're gagging over Bob because he's a good-looking guy, right? They're not clocking. Like, it wasn't like that. They weren't clocking or anything. Because trust me, if they clock, instantly if they clock. So it wasn't like that. And I got my head pumped up all full. So did Bob. My head was full because I was with him. He was going home with me, not them. And he got his head pumped up. Well, he got his head pumped up everywhere. So we leave the fair, and we go back home. And me and Bob are staying at my trailer out in Kenner by the airport, and we are, a couple at this point, like a full-fledged couple. We are scheduling sex nights and the whole 9 yards, mainly because I told him he wasn't beating up my insides every damn day. But that being said, so yeah, time goes by, and one night me and Bob go out, and we're out at the Roundup, on St. Louis Street in the French Quarter, and we are hanging out with friends. And around this time, I'm sitting with Bob up by the front of the bar, right? And we're hanging out. Tracy's there. I think Billy Wayne's there. And, we're hanging out and we're just having a good time. We're having some drinks. We weren't working or anything like that, right? And it was probably like a week after the Super Fair. I think like a week or two after the Super Fair. So, keep in mind, all the girls pumping up his head. So we're sitting in the Roundup. And in walks this gorgeous girl. I mean, gorgeous cis girl. You knew instantly that she was cis, honey. There was no way she was trans. Like, just none. You just knew there was no way. And she walked in, and I mean, she had long blonde hair down to her ass, and she had nice, big, pretty titties and a tiny little waist and a heart shaped ass. And she goes trotting around the bar. She's probably about 5 foot tall, something that every trans girl knows isn't, like a thing for us. Anyway, she's like 5 foot tall. She walks around the bar, and Bob, like a goddamn dog, goes running around the bar behind her. Honey, I flew out of that bar. I busted, it had swinging doors on the roundup. I busted those fucking doors open and I went storming down the street, honey. I was pissed. And Bob comes running after me immediately. He did not stay there and try to keep flirting with that girl. He came running after me immediately. I am sorry. Nothing was going on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go home. Let's just go home. Let's just go home. So we go back home. I'm still pissed. I'm still furious. And I go and get in the shower because, I had gotten sweaty down in the quarter. So I go and get in the shower. Bob comes in the bathroom while I'm in the shower. And he pulls back the shower curtain. And he says, I don't know why you felt intimidated by that girl. You know she does not have what I want. And he dropped to his knees and started sucking me off. And I looked down at him and said, you know what? You're right. She doesn't. And if y'all want to know what happened next, y'all know the routine, honey. Be here next time, and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. Please share and repost these videos as much as possible. Thank you. Goodbye.